I don't think I need my phone for anything this morning.
No YouTube?
No, I mean we can start YouTube. Let me see. Wow, the sun is.
It's sharp.
Yeah, it's. I want to jack
Very,
up the.
very sharp.
I want to jack up the. What's the name? YouTube. If we could just get a notification consistently. If we could actually get a notification consistently from anywhere, that would be
Nobody
nice.
does that.
You're right.
Why are you talking to me?
Good morning. Goeiemorgen. I think we are
Happy
live. Make sure we are live
Wednesday.
everywhere.
Chappie is early but not gay.
Yes,
Thank you for
thank
the
you.
clarification. And your biltong is on the way. Look at that. I'm rhyming. That's pretty good. That's good. And Jamal, your package is also on the way.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
I wanted to share something with Jim. I was so disappointed I forgot to tell him yesterday. Do you want to tell him or should I tell him?
No. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. The kids murdered your jelly. Gone. They just annihilated it. So that would be a double thumbs up, just by the way, because my kids, I don't want to brag, but they got a pretty good palate. I can run stuff past them to try and test. This was unanimous.
Everybody.
Yes. So I normally have a 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 2 out of 4. So I could, and like one of them. So, like my youngest daughter, this morning I made like pork steaks, and I should have taken a picture of it. I forgot, but anyway.
You
so
didn't.
No, I forgot, man.
I
was
ate it.
ready. Yes, it's gone now. Like I made a whole tray, and I thought there'll be some left for lunch. No, gone. But my youngest daughter was like, "No, I don't want it," and I'm like, "I don't understand."
She does it a lot.
Yeah.
She's our really hard one.
She's our in-house contrarian.
Yes.
But anyway, this was unanimous. Like there was no complaints, and complaints for like this is running out type thing. So,
yeah, we've already been informed that we need to see if we can arrange more.
Yes.
Like kids, that was days.
Yes, that was days. So
when did we open it? We showed you guys. We got it Friday. We showed everybody Saturday on the stream. I think we opened it Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
And,
try it.
and
yeah.
Tuesday. That's
Yes.
the way we ended Tuesday.
Yes.
So we're talking 4 days.
Yes. No, that gone. So yeah, that's a very a big thumbs up. So the product is good.
Yes.
We
have 2 Canadians in. Well, one's Canadian, one's an Englishman in Canada.
Okay, all right.
So we got a Hong Kong from Bright.
Good morning, Bright and Progman.
Good
morning. So I thought I happened upon an article yesterday. I wanted to finish up the war thing, but it's a lot of information, man. And it's a lot of dates, a lot of stuff to remember. There's a lot of research, and I was like, man, I've got so many other things I'm busy with. But I happened on the House passing some legislation around daylight. So I know it as daylight time saving, but I see it's daylight saving time.
Yes.
I don't
Same
know.
difference.
Yeah. Anyway, DST. So I thought, you know what? Because there's all kinds of rumors and stuff around it, and so I thought, let me go delve into it just a little bit and go see. Good morning. Go see what it actually is about. And through my delving, I realized it's bullshit.
Bullshit?
Yes.
The government sold us bullshit?
Yes.
Oh my
bullshit.
goodness.
It's all nonsense.
Okay.
It's all feelings, and I'm going to tell you why. But I thought that you would think before you disrupt like nations, fucking sleep.
You'd have research.
Well, you would do some research and say, well, yeah, we can increase, decrease, or whatever so much, like productivity or power use. Like there should be some reason when you're going to disrupt millions and millions of people's sleep patterns and.
Yeah. I do know which one is the real time, though.
Which was the real time?
The winter time, because the springing forward is where that whole thing
So
starts. We are not in real time now.
Right now. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we are
which one
not.
are they trying to put in this time?
They should be putting in the winter time,
Yes,
because that is
but
the
they
real
say-
time.
So are we in daylight saving now?
Yes.
Okay, so they want to make daylight saving real.
I don't know.
No, that's what they're saying, is they want to make daylight saving the real time.
Well,
So
the
the
winter
current
time
time.
is the actual time. Is
All
the
right,
base
we
time.
tried to figure out, okay, which time is the actual time we should be in.
Yes.
Because that, funny enough, is not anywhere on any of the
No, that's
information.
very hard to find. Yes.
Yes,
Why?
it's
I don't
it's
know.
you know, because I guess I don't know, opinions. But anyway, so where this whole thing started is with World War One. All right, but in 1784, Benjamin Franklin, actually jokingly suggested in a letter that people should wake up early to save candles. So he was the first one that suggested that they,
Okay.
but he didn't suggest to change the time.
No.
What he suggested, and it's probably to
people
the
get up
tune
early.
of, well, get up early and get out,
Mhm.
and then you don't need candles. You go work or you go do whatever. So get out of your house. So that's what they say. And then in 1895 in New Zealand, entomologist George Hudson first proposed a formal 2-hour shift to have more daylight after work. So, and that's what I understood is they shift the time so you have more daylight after you get home to do stuff.
Mhm.
But if everybody's working all the time, it doesn't really matter,
Mm-mm.
because I mean there was times where for months I would never see the sun because I would
Yes,
leave home
just go
before
and
sun's
do-
up, go
Yeah.
work, be inside a building
Yes.
all day, and by the time I leave, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and then so I leave home at like 3, leave work at 9, and like that's the end of that. I never see the sun. And then some days, like I'm so busy, I just sit in the building, so I don't even get to see the sun through a window or anything. I'm just in the back of the building. Now at least our buildings have some windows, so
And they're
that's a little
separate,
bitty.
so we have to walk outside. It's so nice.
Yes.
It's so nice.
So then in 1907, British builder William Willett independently proposed advancing clocks in spring and campaigned for it until his death in 1915.
Okay.
All right, so the United States first adopted daylight time saving time as a wartime measure. It was repealed after the war ended in World War One. And again, depending on how you ask the question, and mobile versus PC, like
Different
completely. I got
answers.
such nice detail last night, and then this morning it was gone because just like randomly. I should have copied it and emailed it, but anyway, I'll do that next time. But then it's nice detail, like real, like 5-6 paragraphs. I thought, man, that's so cool. I'll just check it this morning, and then it was gone, and then I'd redo the research on my computer, and it's like, where's all the information I had yesterday? Yeah, just set my screen now.
It is.
No, it was because I was in
No,
the
I
sun
know.
here.
It's. I don't blame you. I can see better.
So Germany and Austria-Hungary became the first. So Austria-Hungary, they must have split at some point, but I'm not doing European history, so became the first countries to implement DST during World War One to try and conserve coal. That I also heard. So and something that's been told many times, and I also heard this, was it's a thing for farmers.
I found your information.
Oh, okay. So, there we go.
Yeah.
I looked for it. Why
I'm
didn't it pop
awesome.
up? Yes, you
I'm
are
awesome.
absolutely awesome.
You
So,
can't get rid of me.
daylight saving time was introduced nationally in 2018 as a wartime fuel saving measure. Congress repealed it in 1919, overriding President Woodrow Wilson's veto because it was unpopular, especially with farmers. Especially with
because
farmers.
their cattle don't give a shit.
It became
if the time
optional
changes.
locally until later laws. So it then became optional locally until later wars. So this the first time it was really used was in 1917. You would think that the way this is treated, it's been around for fucking centuries, and people have always
Yep.
been doing this.
Yep,
and
yep.
it's
Yep.
bullshit. It's all, and then someone yesterday said, it was they tried to take it away once and it only lasted a year, and I'm like, really? Like you don't hear much around this. I hear everybody groan and complain. When it springs forward, that's when you get the extra sleep. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
It'll fall back.
The fall back is when you get the extra sleep.
Gain an hour
Yes,
versus
and
lose an hour.
that I like, because then you
Yeah, because we're falling back to the normal time. Can we just stay on the normal time?
Yes, well, the thing is, your phone now updates automatically. So like I've got an alarm set for a specific time. So what happens is at 2 in the morning, it'll jump, And then you don't even realize it, but you kind of get an extra hour sleep and your alarm doesn't go off. So you don't even know, but it just happens. So that's pretty cool. But the other way around is fucking brutal. Like you suffer for weeks because your sleep pattern's broken.
It never ends though. We just hit the what is that called? Why am I blanking? Oh my goodness. The longest day of the year.
Yes,
What is
isn't it? It's not the solstice.
It is it's summer solstice. Our children are still not wanting to sleep because it's light outside.
Yes.
But we shouldn't be at 9 o'clock. We should be at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
You know, it's
Yes.
the thing. If we didn't have this whole, jump messing
Yes.
with their
Well, that's the thing.
circadian rhythm, we'd
Yeah,
be
it really
fine.
messes with the kids because so we get up. Well, they not so much, but we get up pretty early. And now they don't want to go to bed because it's too light outside. So it takes us till like 9:30, 10 to really get
it's a
them down.
very long time.
But if I get up at like 3, 10 o'clock,
it's rough.
that doesn't leave me a lot of hours.
No.
It's like a 6-hour night because the kids, and then I get up 3:30, 4. But it's still it makes it a really short night. And when you got a 2-year-old whose brain's on fire and won't sleep because at 1 he's now awake and then he wants to like do stuff,
Yes.
or wants attention or wants a drink or. And I like when he does the dad and like smacks me in the face, dad.
Making sure it's dad. You
Yes.
feel the beard, it's dad.
Yes.
No beard, it's mom.
Yes.
Do you want me to catch up chat for a second?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So he'll smack me so I can ask Nicole to get him water. Just wake your mom up, man. But he always
does
bugs
that.
me.
He does
bugs
do
me.
that.
Yes.
Yes, he pokes at you for some reason. I think it's comfort. Bright Gaming says the new red logo Biltong t-shirts are looking great.
Oh, thank you.
The fire smoke hit us this morning in Ontario. Okay. Wow.
Smoke
Up in Canada.
okay, you guys got a bunch of fires again.
Sounds like it. Always.
Arsonists.
Oh.
Global warming or climate change arsonists. The only thing that changes the climate are the fuckers that put the fire.
I have a new thought. What if daylight time savings is the cause of climate change? We gotta get rid of it.
We gotta get rid of it.
Gotta repeal it. Yankee Free, I like no clock change, but should be standard year round.
Yes, yes,
it's
absolutely.
Like
well, that's the thing. That's why I'm talking about this is because there's a bill that just passed the House where they want to keep. They want to get rid of the time changes.
And how many people were told it was all about the farmers?
Yeah, it's bullshit. The farmers literally hate it.
Yes. That's all I was ever told, and I was told that's why we did it. Good morning, Cam says it's entirely for farmers, and they were all farmers. Are you sure?
Well, it says
Sure.
So what happens is it says that it was very unpopular. So it was implemented in 2018, very unpopular, repealed in 2019, and it was
19.
say yes. No, sorry, 1919. Sorry, it was implemented the first time in 1918 and then repealed in 1919 because of its unpopularity. And it says because it was very unpopular, especially with farmers. The farmers didn't like it, and there's more to it. So I'll give you guys the second and third verses of this once we caught up with chat.
Good morning, Russia. Or
morning.
Russ, sorry.
Yes.
I'm reading Chappie's Prussia. As I say Russia.
What did he
Morning,
say about
Russ.
Russia?
No, he's just, I think it's Russ's good morning. He says Prussia, and it's messing with me. You caught me. Frogman says, not many people could hold a candle to Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, that dude was a very clever, guy.
That's very, very correct. Sigil Stone, good morning. Your package is also on the way. I may have made a video the other day pulling out all of the awesome meat that you asked for. You took a lot of his meat. I liked it. Red Pill Fight Club, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Check out all the replies to my comments on your vids. Ooh.
Yes,
that
I
guy
saw
using
some,
his
yeah.
troll account to be big mad. Well, good. Get on to people. Don't let them
Who was
sit.
that?
He was talking about Russ. Red Pill told Russ to check out his replies.
All right.
Sigil Stone, did Anton have a fight with a weed whacker?
Yes, I did, and I lost. Lost in a good way.
Lost in a good way. We think he looks a little bit better.
Yes, I actually have ears now.
WMD1, smack the like peeps. Yes, please. While we're on that subject, like, repost, comment, leave a comment at the bottom not the live chat, an actual comment, and then if you would share as well,
Yes,
we'd
that would be
appreciate it.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Surprise, surprise. Something else. Woodrow Wilson screwed up. Worst president ever.
Apparently.
Not gonna lie.
Apparently.
Not gonna lie. Speaking of that POS, I wonder if Democrats watched Birth of the Nation on the 250th anniversary.
I don't think the Democrats watch anything that could remotely even
No.
change their mind. They have a narrative and they stick into it.
You know? Chappie, here in Washington State, it's real messed up going to bed with the sun up. Yes,
Yeah, no,
that's
exactly.
ridiculous.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like 9:15. 9:15.
Yes.
It's still light.
I do not even remember. Granted, this time last year, we were up super
Well, all
early,
the
so
kids
it
were
didn't,
up at 4,
it
so it
didn't
doesn't
matter. Maybe we just slept better through it, but man, it seems bright. It seems bright. Dad Dingo Dan, good morning.
Good morning,
Says
good morning. It
everybody.
seems bright and it's not a game, man.
Right. We also have SS Grunt popping in saying good morning.
Good
Hope
morning, good
your
morning.
week has brought y'all nothing but blessings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Relax in the groin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I struggle with that one. Alaska, it's worse. I'm sure Alaska
Oh,
is
yeah.
horrible. The Canadian smoke is starting to reach here. I keep smelling whiffs of campfire, but there's no fires anywhere around. Meat. Just eat your meat. You'll feel better. And then after we fix the clocks, we fix the calendar. We should have 13 months of 28 days with on empty day for New Year and on Easter.
Okay.
But isn't the New Year supposed to be April 1st anyways?
Yeah, but I thought it was 8 months, not 13.
No, it's 13 months, 28 days. It's the cycle of the moon.
Oh,
We have completely fucked it up.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
of course.
we have completely fucked it up. So that is very true. But all right, continue on.
All right, so repealed in 2019, and then World War II, the US reintroduced year-round wartime, which was equivalent to daylight time saving from 42 to 45, 1942 to 1945. After 1945, the US had no national standard. Some states and cities observed it. Others didn't. Start and end times varied. This created chaos for the transport and broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand. Can we not leave certain things alone?
If you keep people worried about simple shit,
yes,
watch
right.
What you're doing.
So,
boy.
And it says that it returned the country to a patchwork of local DST rules, which I can imagine. And then in 1966, which this didn't mention, which this has got the more detail, but it didn't mention, well, yeah, it's at the bottom. But in 1966, the Uniform Time Act standardized DST across the US. Last Sunday in April to last Sunday in October. So states could still opt out. And I know Arizona and Hawaii, apparently.
Hawaii, okay.
Yes. All right. So
smart states there.
Kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't give Hawaii.
Kind of.
I mean,
kind of.
Hirono is in Hawaii, so that fucking... Anyway, the current system, seasonal DST under the Uniform Time Act, remains in place in most states. Hawaii and Arizona, except the Navajo Nation, stay on standard time year-round, and territories like Puerto Rico do too. Efforts to make DST permanent, like the Sunshine Project, have passed the Senate or advanced in the House in recent years, but haven't become full law yet. All right, so that was in 1966. They passed the Standardized DST Act, and then in the 70s, temporary year-round DST was tried in the U.S. 74 to 75, but it was unpopular. Parents complained about children going to school in the dark, and many people found the darker winter mornings difficult. Congress shortened the experiment to one winter. Modern era, so that's now. Yeah. So in 86 and in 2005, as recently as 2005, so the U.S. gradually extended the DST period, current schedule by the Energy Policy Act of 2005 and effective 2007. So the current rule has only been in effect since 2007.
Yes. No, it's new.
So it's new shit. This starts second Sunday in March, ends first Sunday in November.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff is new.
Now, the first Sunday in November, I swear hasn't been around that long.
No, that's
no, I know, but even 2000, I swear it's just been a few years. Has it really been almost 20 years already of this?
Welcome to getting old.
No, because I swear since we've
I
been
don't
together. It was October still, and like a couple of years was November.
I don't understand this shit.
Let me check
I just
I'm gonna
asked
check
Nicole, look, just what is happening and when is it happening? Because where I'm from, this doesn't exist. We
Yes.
have one time and everybody just works, and there's no like jumping and doing stupid shit. Cape Town on South Africa, Cape Town's at the bottom, so they say Cape Town should be on DTS, but it'll mess with the whole country because it's going to you're going to have half the country run on a different time. So the whole country should change or none. So they just left it. They never changed.
Mhm.
And then I think Namibia, which used to be Southwest Africa, so we actually in South Africa we annexed, I guess, Namibia during the war, with our 27-year war, stupid fucking war. Not stupid war, but stupid end. If it worked, it would be good. But when commies commie. Anyway, I digress. Namibia was annexed and was part of South Africa, so Namibia was known as Southwest Africa.
Okay.
And we used to have to defend the borders up to Angola to fight the communists. But they are actually running on some kind of daylight saving times, if I remember correctly. But South Africa doesn't. So I don't understand this shit, man, because time zones to me is just a fucking, I get the time zones, why? But time zones always mess with me. I always want to say 8 Eastern, 9 Central, I'm always like the wrong way around.
Right.
But I'm also on the wrong hemisphere of the world, and like everything looks different. So my whole space-time like continuum is fucked. Nothing makes sense to me.
That's how I trapped him.
Yes.
Because he was so
I didn't know where to go.
When he
And she was like, follow me if you want to live. And I'm like, okay.
It worked.
I know.
It worked.
All right. So you want to catch up on chat?
Okay. I will catch up
we
on
need
chat.
A banana and orange for there's a small walking head.
And that is all we have.
I can finish this up then. Many countries have used, modified, or abolished DST. Debates continue over its benefits, energy savings, more evening daylight versus drawbacks, disrupted sleep, mixed evidence of energy use and inconvenience, because they haven't actually determined that this does anything but fuck with people. So several US states and members of Congress have pushed to make DTS permanent. So when they say permanent, I don't understand what they mean. Do they want to make the time changes permanent? Because I thought it was a thing. Or do they want it permanent during the savings time? Or, I don't really. I would be very happy if it just stops.
Yeah.
But it has to be the winter time. I agree. But it has not become permanent law nationwide. Arizona and Hawaii still do not observe it, of course. And then, in summary, DTS have been implemented during wartime energy saving measures in 1916, and it's been adjusted many times since, especially in the US. So it sounds like the US messes with the time more than most other places. It has been tried as a permanent year-round system, repeatedly adjusted, and remains controversial. I just want to see, worldwide, dozens of countries have fully abolished seasonal clock changes in recent decades, including Russia, Turkey, Mexico, most of it, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Namibia. Wow, if the shitholes can do it, Namibia has taken it out. Okay, there we go. So Namibia, which Southwest Africa is now known as Namibia, has actually removed it. Uruguay and others, about half the countries that once used DST no longer do. Huh. That's interesting.
Because it's not natural.
It's stupid.
I don't
The practice started as a wartime
say.
energy saving measure, but it's been controversial for health, safety, agriculture, and economic reasons. So the bullshit about it's for farmers, it actually says that it has been controversial for them. Like, they are not the ones asking for this. Many places have stopped it, cited minimal energy saving and public dislike of the twice-year shifts. Yes. And if you ask for context, if you ask in the context of Texas, your location or probability of business, let me know, and I can answer more. That's the AI asking me if I want to elaborate. So, it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. Nobody fucking likes it. Can we please stop? Can we please, pretty please, with the cherry on top, stop the nonsense? All right, what did you learn?
So I did a little bit of research on the daylight savings time for the November thing. I swear it has not been that long, since 2007. Now, Europe was not doing that. So when did they start? Because my question is, are we sure we started in 2007 or
No, it's been on and off, on and off.
No,
so the
I understand.
1966 Act passed and standardized the savings, but it varied a lot. The November March thing was
Yes.
from 2007.
Yes,
But that was also proposed in 86.
No, I know that, and I'm
So-
wondering because I think, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect, or it's a Mandela
I mean,
effect.
I'm
because
just
that's
going.
always
I'm
the
just
thing.
going on.
I know, but
on
they
what's
don't always
available.
give you real
Yes, but this
information.
is yes,
Very
but I can't.
freaking
I can only talk about what I can find.
Oh,
Okay, I cannot talk about what could have, maybe should have, kind of someone said
you
somewhere
guys,
once.
if anybody knows,
Yeah, throw
or
some of your
throw- has
what
it-
information do you
has
have on
it
this?
been November for 20 years? Has it been November? I argue it has not been November for 20 years. I'm curious if Europe just changed and that's when we changed, because I swear it hasn't been November. Because I
Right.
remember that in the hospital a couple of years ago, and I was a nurse. I wasn't a nurse in 2007. So I
All right.
argue
I'm
no.
so what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, this is what your
I get
history
it.
tells
I
me.
get it.
I am not an
get it.
expert on this history. I go do some research.
I will
then
do some
yak
research.
and yak. But
All right, let me
feelings don't
Let me
matter.
yakety yak with chat.
Feelings don't matter. Only facts.
Yes, I'm going to pull the facts
Yes.
right out
2007. Getting old. She doesn't want to accept that she's aging
gracefully.
gracefully.
Gracefully. I said hello to Relaxum Green. That's right. SS Grunt says, with tribal coffee, by the way, is it not phenomenal? What do you think? Do you
the
like
coffee
it? Do
is
you not
very
like
good.
it? What is the consensus? Jamal, after we fix the clocks, we can. Oh, that's the fix the calendar. Yes, I agree with you on that. We should. We used to use 100-mile-per-hour tape on the barracks window in Fairbanks. Okay. The modern calendar was designed and calculated by Catholic monks to account for leap days, leap years, and all sorts of chronological fuckery. Yes. Yes.
Sounds about right.
Yes. And we have been directed to bark at the moon. So please remember to do that. Flogo, hello.
Full of Aussie on the moon.
Right. Says, good morning, Biltong royalty. Glad
Good
to
morning.
have you
Good
in.
morning.
Mostly peaceful wildfires seem to crop wherever Christian churches happen to be. Even climate change is coming.
So I have a principle.
Yes.
How do I say this correctly? Because I have to think in Afrikaans in my brain and then translate, and then sometimes like my
Always.
translation machine doesn't want to work. But when you have irrefutable evidence of someone murdering someone else,
Mhm.
they should be permanently removed from society. All right. So if if you have a video of some dude stabbing another dude, all right, and for no apparent reason, like
Yes.
just like, well, I just feel like I must now stab someone. So the stabby McStab just overtook his body. He should be removed. Like no court case, no what do you call it? Due process,
Mm-hmm.
because he did not give his victim due process. So it's like, well, we have a video, so we're not going to waste resources, taxpayer funds, and all kinds of bullshit on this. There's no chance that this guy's innocent.
Yeah.
Like, we have irrefutable evidence. Okay, delete.
As seen by the proof that he did.
Yes, delete, goodbye. If you mess with children, delete,
Mm-hmm.
goodbye. Okay, and I want to add someone to the list.
Okay.
If you are an arsonist, delete.
Yes.
Okay, because you are wasting. Firstly, it's like, well, the guy just put fire. Yes, okay, and then how many firemen and policemen and people died, or got inhalation, end up in the hospitals, and how much of our planes? So how much of our taxpayer resources, like our funds, how much of our money has now been spent on fighting? Look at what happened in California because some fucker lit up the place.
Palisade
Now, I mean,
fires.
don't discount the fact that the government there.
Took all the water.
Yes, well, sometimes I wonder if these things are not by design.
I was
You
going
know?
to say, did they not accidentally empty the reservoir and then
Yes.
tell somebody and pay him to accidentally go start fires.
Yeah. So that, and if
Wouldn't happen.
you're caught setting buildings and shit on fire, you should be executed. That will stop that shit real fast. It's just like, look, man. Yeah, there was some lady that tried to put a building on fire. She didn't. I think it was a empty factory or something, because there was a rumor that Amazon was going to buy it and turn it into a warehouse. So she was like, oh, Amazon's not coming into our neighborhood, and was trying to set this building on fire. They should arrest her and
Yes.
just fucking delete her. Like, done. Like, the penalty for arson is death. The penalty for child rape is death, and then the penalty for like murder, like first degree, like premeditated, or not even premeditated, like first degree murder for no fucking reason but you being stupid. Delete. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to source some bison. So
turn off your mic,
yes.
please.
Give me a second. Yes.
I'll chat with you guys apparently about me getting old. Russ, would you say I like getting old? Right. Nothing wrong with that. Andy Pearson, good morning. Sorry I didn't get to say hello to you before we started ranting about other things. Funny how wildfires don't occur where there's a robust lodging industry, unless it's Amazon going to buy, apparently. What exactly did Indigenous people in Canada actually do for their country other than leech off taxpayers and lie about mass graves? Well, I thought the Indigenous people were the traders from the United States. And the French. I am not sure how many Indigenous people could have lived in those climates. When if you just go south a little bit, then it's not so cold and you won't die in like 20 seconds of being out of your fire. That's a problem. Deleting African countries is based. The biggest thing, why can't we just leave them in whatever time warp they are in? Somebody said the other day, couldn't we just go there and give them, a little bit of our technology and then they'll do better? We've done that. We've given them the wheel and they didn't adopt the wheel everywhere. That is a problem. Like if you look at some of the indigenous populations, they refused to adapt the wheel, but they also killed off anybody who was contrary to what they wanted their society to be. Therefore, they are dumbing down the population and keeping the IQ level as low as possible, because then the tribesmen get to rule everything. Yeah, that's not something we're supposed to talk about. IQ is a problem. IQ is racist, I think, if I remember correctly. They provide a protected social cover for the globalist agenda. Yes, that's correct. Sensei of Song, good morning. It's been a minute since we've had you in our chat. I know Anton likes to catch up with you on Sarge, you and Redfill. Of course, you guys are awesome. They mess with your sleep because control the head, control the fight. Right? That's actually very sad, but it is, it's a thing. People that have no hope are easily manipulated and controlled. That's the biggest thing. If you can get in and mess with people's sleep patterns, mess with their home lives, hence, the government having everybody work, because it is important that everybody pays their taxes and does their part. And being a housewife is a horrible position in life. And how dare you let a man control you? It's not that. That's the government ruining the nuclear family. So that happens in many ways. Anton is on CBT, Central Board, Texas time. Frogman, I love it. I'll have to share that with Anton if I remember. Livestock doesn't like a time change. Huh. Who would have thought? Because they don't understand it. It has nothing to do to them. The time is the same. It is the same. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Europe was busy recording the song The Final Countdown. Clocks weren't invented to tell us when it's 8 a.m. They were for ocean navigation to mark out longitude. I actually didn't know that, Jamal. That's fascinating. I am sure there's a lot more to that than that simple statement. That's intriguing, making me want to do some investigation. Europe has always been busy being gay and cringe. I don't know. Some of our politicians need to go hang out with that crowd because they seem very similar to that. Go Zulu time. Yes. Stopping savages from chimping out is racist. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was always like 2 days after Halloween. That's what I thought, Russ. But apparently, I'm the hasn't been paying attention. It's been longer than I realized. I swear it was from Anton I knew Anton. Obviously, if it's 2007, that's not correct. Based Biltong merchant says kill 'em all. Even climate change is pinko commie. It 100% is. Death penalty right there, bullet to the head. You know, my son this morning, my 8-year-old son asked me if hangings were still used in this day. And I just don't know, but it should be, and it should be public. And then people would stop doing heinous things to other people if they knew that the risk was to be hung in public. You know, that would probably stop a lot of the behaviors that we see. I chuckle. How many times have we heard of lovely stonings, you know, in some countries? That is still a thing. And yet the people think that that is a good idea to act like that country. And yet we don't even bother to hold people accountable for things that is irrefutably evident that they did it. That's a problem in my opinion, but what can I say? Bullet to the stomach and let them bleed out. Ooh, that's a little bit more gruesome. Public guillotine. Yes, dead dingo Dan. There we go. That just makes it easier, right? But then what do we do with the heads? We take off the head, and then what do we do with the head? You know, do we mark it on the stake and just leave it there for everybody to see? I don't know. Dawn Darkstar, good morning. Sorry I'm late. We are happy you are in. No stress about being late. Don't worry, I've lost the man for a little bit to a conversation with hopefully some bison. That would be awesome. Millstones, wood chippers, guillotines, and now high-speed mineral supplements. Yes, that is correct. You know what I do to squealers? I let them have it in the belly so they can roll around for a long time thinking it over. Tommy Udu. Okay, played by Richard. Kiss of Death. There we go. Crucifixion is punishment Christians and Jews can really appreciate. You know, woman tries to start fire but fails. I was wanting to say that, but I didn't say it out loud. You know, it's kind of sad. California has Santa Ana wins every year. Devil wins. I agree. If you do something intentional that caused death, you should pay the price. It seems like a no-brainer. Eye for an eye. You know, that whole concept, really, we should go back to it on a lot of things. Wakanda doesn't need us. Sounds like public school, right? Woke-onda. I like it. I suggest giving every African country a couple short-range bombers loaded with atomic bombs and let history take its natural course. That's all they've done. You know, it is tribes fighting, and they rape, they pillage, they're not nice. They're not civil. They're not made to be in Western society. We have completely done away with that type of mentality. Besides government, apparently we like to attract all of the psychopaths in that one, you know, realm. But otherwise, the normal people, that's not what we do. That is not what we do. That beast guy drilled wells for people in Africa, and the wells went inopt for after a few months because the African people didn't maintain the wells. They are retarded. It's not even about being well, I guess it kind of is because that's IQ based. So yeah, maybe it is retarded. What is the average IQ for retardation? Is it not under 80, I think, on the IQ scale? And I want to say some countries in Africa, their averages are about 60 on the IQ scale. That's a problem. Like, that is not a society that you can put with people who range 90 plus. You know, that's a big issue, and they are unable to assimilate. And the goal is not assimilation. The goal is to hurt, unfortunately, I would say. Cam, I guess I'm the only one not affected by DST. Are you Arizona? Remind me. That's a good question. I support stoning. Charity begins at home. Stop it, Sigil. You're terrible. Public executions would stop a lot of stuff that's happening in the world. You know, just think about it. I chuckle at our small, it's not even a small town, it's a small community, because our entire county is smaller than like the 3 cities we came from in DFW, like smaller as in population wise. So the population of our entire county is less than 2 of the cities. It's actually 2 of them that were next to each other where we lived prior. it is much nicer out here. Everybody's packing. Everybody's nice to each other. And guess what? They even smile and greet and say hello. It's actually a whole different world in which we have found ourselves. If we can quit, stacking people on top of each other in apartment lifestyle and acting like that is normal and gives you any type of life enjoyment, then maybe it would help a little bit. I think the thought of land and stretching your feet and maybe what is it called? Where you okay, I'm blanking on the term. Where you touch your feet to the grass. What is that called? Sensei, you'll probably know and probably laugh at me for forgetting what it's called. But that simple act helps with so many people. Mr. Beast was also accused of white savior complex for drilling these wells. That's ridiculous. No one has been executed by hanging in the U.S. since 1996. Wait. 19, no, it was 86. Okay, I thought it was associated with VST. We should do that too. We should take them and do that. Well, it's a good thing Iraq isn't the U.S. right? New Hampshire is the only place in the U.S. where hanging remains legally authorized as a backup method in one narrow case. No other states currently allow it. Yep, Somalian people are 68ers. I like firing squad. I like that idea, Russ. There's an entire group of people who have been shown and already found guilty of said fraud. Firing squad? I mean,
we're adding
I like this
high
idea.
fraud.
Yeah, no, I'm offering high fraud.
Yes. I think if you defraud to that kind of tune, taxpayers. So if you defraud a company,
yeah,
that's like your business. But if it's taxpayers, the penalty should be like significant.
Yes, and that's the thing. All of that is tax. It's the Medicare,
yes,
Medicaid.
No, exactly.
Fraud.
So if you defraud Medicaid,
ridiculous.
but they should, the one that is defrauding, all right, and then the ones who are supposed to check that on the government
that's all
side,
of the government.
Well, they should at the least maybe not be executed, but put in prison.
Yes.
Like if you are derelict in your job,
yes,
and it costs taxpayers a lot of money, you should go to prison.
I agree.
Yes, you shouldn't be fired. You should be fired and go to prison.
Where's those checks and balances? Is that part missing?
When
something's not adding.
I don't understand. Like when you claim that you have 7,500 people. If you claim that you have 7,500 people in your facility who you are billing for on a monthly basis, okay, and a certain young gentleman with a last name that's kind of female-ish, Shirley, walks into your facility and there's nobody, or just a few, like a handful of people, and asks you, where's the
I dribbled. I dribbled.
This says 7.5. Do you have 7,500? And the guy laughs. He's like, no. Well, you're billing for 7.5. Like, where's the government officials that do that? Because you know what happens is the money goes over the counter to the facility and under the counter back to the guy in the government. That's what's happening there. The government officials who are not finding the fraud, they are in on the take. 100% convinced
they have to
in on the
be.
take.
There's no other way for that to work. No other way. Sorry, we don't get us started on Somalis. We will. I'm a salami Somali all the time. Sorry, that's my answer now to all of this.
Why? Now, I want to be very clear. I was not brought into this country. Okay, I came here. I brought
business.
Yes, a lot of money.
Yes,
a lot of money into the country to try and set up and restart and things like that, with the idea of benefiting the country. And I know, according to Branca, this is not an excuse. I do not take welfare. Okay, but I don't take a job away from someone.
No.
Like, I'm not taking a job away from someone. And if I do, it's going to be a skill level that people here don't have. All right? If I ever have to. We are running a business, in other words, contributing to the economy. Plus, we've had 4 children, and I'm married to an American. But
which means they are not anchor babies, just for those who do not understand the anchor baby.
The anchor baby thing. So why are we importing people that are not going to contribute to this country? And I feel the same about anybody. You wave a foreign flag, and this includes everyone, and I don't give a fuck who it is. You wave a foreign flag, you should be deported to that country.
Yeah.
And that includes South Africans. You wave that little fucking stupid communist flag, bye.
Yes. It's a problem. You know, I have to chuckle. We're losing a few people for us to share some facts.
The what?
Sorry, our viewership went down a little bit for
What?
sharing some facts.
Like what?
No, just a couple people dropped off.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it just
all right.
made me chuckle. I had to share it with you because it's
Yes.
kind of funny. You're sharing truth, though. I mean, these are hard truths that people need to hear. I made a mess over there.
Oh, I don't know what I shared that people getting upset about.
Facts. Facts hurt feelings.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that, that's. I wish more people, although uncomfortable to hear, would understand that the facts are not there to hurt your feelings. The facts are there to make sure you don't get completely annihilated in the future, because shit's coming for us.
It is.
You guys don't understand. Like the Muslim invasion is real. Like these
Yes.
guys are not coming here to
And
assimilate.
you have to remember, who are they against? Literally anybody who is not Muslim. That is what the Quran says.
Yes, like if you are
So
not
me
so
and you
so
and,
they don't care.
anybody.
They're not against Christians. They're
Yeah.
against every single person who's not a Muslim.
Yes.
And if these guys,
we are
they
infidels.
want to take over, and you think shit's going bad now, and when I say they take over, don't think things are going to improve.
No.
Like you're going to pay extra taxes and shit.
All right, we are going to continue this conversation
kill
on
YouTube.
Rumble only.
Come to Rumble if you want to continue the chat.
Yes, we will see you guys in a minute on the Rumble side. Well, that it continues. But if anybody wants to come to Rumble,